Yeah, I'm going to talk about the other topics now. One second. So we completed like how to assign the license, right? And how to assign the roles and permissions in the Azure, correct?
Yeah.
So you guys know about like, how to assign the license and how to, assign the roles. So everything is okay, right? In this concept. Do you have any doubt in this?
No.
What about you, Gayatri? Do you have any doubt in this?
No, no doubts.
Only thing is, let me share with you the error message, okay? Error for usage locations. Okay. So this is the error message you will see. Not now, maybe in the previous years when someone is assigning the license to any one of the user in the Azure portal, mostly they will see this kind of error like a wrong value was set in the usage location field. Resolution means like we need to go to the workflow settings, change the user location, like usage location for user. So let me show you that in a image. I think I need to mention in Azure, okay? Let me check that. Where is it? This is the one I'm talking about, okay? So license cannot be assigned to user without a usage location specified. When we found this is the error, that means that we need to check this tab for sure, whether user is having a usage location or not. Okay, not only one perspective, like we have to check every time. Suppose if you are trying to provide a like group access, if you are trying to provide a application access or maybe license, you need to have, you need to assign this location to the user first of all, then only you can go with that, other tasks. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, then it's clear, right? No problem. So next, what I'm going to talk about is like nowadays we know we are calling Azure Active Directory is Entra ID, correct? So if I go to
Yeah.
home also, if I go down, you will see here what is the name of the Active Directory now. It is showing Entra ID.
Android.
Okay, Entra ID. So earlier we were calling that was Azure Active Directory. Let me mention something here. Okay, very quick. Azure AD. Okay, Azure AD. Like suppose let me mention Azure AD free, or maybe let me mention Azure AD P1, like P2. Then we have Azure AD external identity, or maybe let me mention one of the thing also. It's AAD tenant, okay, or maybe AAD account. So wherever I'm mentioning AAD, that is that we are calling is Azure Active Directory. Okay. So even though here also Azure Active Directory free, Azure Active Directory Premium 1 subscription, Azure Active Directory Premium 2 subscription, Azure Active Directory tenant, Azure Active Directory account. So these are the names actually. So especially I'm talking about these are the licenses and these are the domain accounts I'm talking about. Okay. So whenever I say AID, that is something that Azure Active Directory. But nowadays we are calling those names are Entra ID. Okay. Entra ID, suppose Entra ID free, then Entra ID P1, Entra ID P2, Entra ID tenant, and then we have a Entra ID account. Got it? Wherever you see Azure Active Directory AID, so where we are seeing the name change, that is Entra ID. That is only a difference, guys. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Initially, the name was publicly announced on 15th of July 2023. Okay. 15th of July 2023. So earlier the name was Azure Active Directory. Okay. So in this date, they have announced the change actually for the what I would say. They are converting the Azure Active Directory. I mean the only the name. Okay. The same and we have capabilities, we have core features. we have functionalities, right, in Azure Active Directory. So everything would be the same. There is no change in the portal. Only the name is difference. Like suppose I'm going back to the home. So we are seeing here, right, which is Microsoft Entra ID. Previously it is Azure Active Directory. Okay. That is only a key difference. And now, like in this date, they were announced actually. They are going to change the name from Azure Active Directory to Entra ID. Wherever the name was showing Azure Active Directory, it will be converted to Entra ID. And the date was published. Okay. Let me mention the date. On October 1, 2023, they were publicly released the changes. After that, we are seeing everywhere Entra ID is there. Okay. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe let me show you in one thing.
Yes.
Okay. Azure Active Directory, old banner. Okay. This is the old banner. You see, it's similarly same. And you see here, previously it is showing Microsoft Azure Active Directory. In the portal also, if I go to the portal, here it is showing what? Same thing, right? Same diamond shape icon. Here it is showing Microsoft Entra ID. Previously it was Microsoft Azure Active Directory, and the icon also changed. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. And you see, this is the one I'm talking. Earlier, the logo was looking like this. After that, it moved to like this. Now the Entra ID is looking like this. Okay. This is the old name. This is the new name. Got it now?
Yes.
Okay, guys. If you are clear with that concept, then I will move forward. Okay. I think I'm recording the session, right? Hope I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
I'm
are
doing
doing
that. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, it should be a problem. So next thing is, now we know how to assign a license, how to provide a role permissions, and we know how the name was changed and when it was changed from Azure Active Directory to Entra ID, Microsoft Entra ID. Now I'm going to talk about, suppose in any company, we can able to create a custom domains also. So custom domain is something that you have one domain, okay, which is available in public, and where everything was there. Like maybe we can think like where there was a website, and that was a front end, and you are doing something in that website. That is your domain. Suppose let me tell you that you purchased one domain. Okay, you purchased one domain. Maybe let me tell that, suppose let me mention OLX, okay? Instead of that, I'm going OLX, okay? So you purchased this domain actually, Gayatri, okay? This is your company. Just think like this is one of the domain you are purchased in GoDaddy website, okay? GoDaddy website. You purchased
Yes.
this website. After you purchased this website, you will be having all the domain details, okay? Domain details are something that are records like TXT or MX records are there. Okay. So these records are very important when you are adding this information in the Azure Active Directory. Sorry, not in the Azure Active Directory, in the Azure portal, in the Azure services. So, so you purchased one domain, right? Suppose let me tell you. Here we have a Microsoft Entra ID, correct? So let me open the Microsoft Entra ID tenant, means our domain. Then if you scroll down in the bottom, so once you expand the manage and once you scroll down, you will be seeing the custom domain names, correct? If you click on this custom domain names, you will see the email address, not email address, the tenant email address. The tenant domain is persistent374.onmicrosoft.com, correct? So suppose in your company, you have one more domain is there that you want to add here. Means you purchased one domain from godaddy.com, and godaddy.com said they are giving the one of the email ID is, suppose maybe let me mention olx.co.in. Okay, this is the domain they given to you, Gayatri. Okay, so you want to add this domain details in your Azure Active Directory side. so that you can manage whenever you are creating any user. You don't want to select this domain. Instead, you can select another domain. Suppose let me show you that way. Okay. How can I
Yes.
let me click on add a custom domain. So I need to mention the olix.co.in. So you need to verify your domain. So first of all, you need to have this domain. And after that, you can add a domain. So the domain is just added, but you need to have a txt and mx record. You have these two records, right? Txt and mx records. When you open this company domain on your website, suppose I don't think so, I have this domain. I think this is the portal not working because this is the portal I'm just trying from my side, correct? If this portal is this, if this domain is active, so what you do is, let me show you that domain manage settings. Let me open the image. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Where it is, DNS settings. No, here it is. Here it is there. If you check here, what I'm talking about is, suppose I own this website, means I purchased this website. This website is already up and running. There is no problem in this website. Only thing is, I want to allow this domain in my Active Directory so that whenever I want to create any user for this domain, I will be directly getting an option to create a domain. So for that, here in the Azure, we have two records for this domain. So one is txt record. This is the value. Okay, and this is the value, and one is the mx record. This is the value. Okay, so if I go to the image, what it is saying, so you need to add you have an option plus icon here. So in your domain, in your website olix.com, you have to open the domain settings of this particular domain. Once you are in the domain settings, you have this plus icon. In the Azure website, you can copy this ID. Maybe you can take txt record or mx record, any one of the record. Okay, and you have to add that details. Suppose you see here, there is a person who added the mx record, which is at the date symbol, and they have added the value. Correct? You got it right? What I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. So somebody added a record,
Yes.
and then they have given the value of a record. Suppose let me go back to the portal. So here we have a txt record, which is at the date symbol. We have to provide, and we have to provide this number, and we have to given the number also. Same thing. See? And you can mention the name also, how long you have to give that access, like how long you have to add this domain in the Azure portal. So what I'm saying is, once you have this domain, you have to verify it, whether once you added this txt record, and once you save the settings in your domain, you have to come back to the Azure and you have to verify the domain. Then this your domain will be added into this Azure portal. Then you can set this domain also primary. Suppose let me go back. If you check here, it is primary now. Once you added, what will happen? You can see one more data here, which is olix.co.in. And that domain you have to set as a primary of your domain. So then whenever you want to go to the users, whenever you want to create a user, okay, so now it is already, now I didn't add any domain details, right? Suppose if I have one more account, one more data, so it is automatically taken as olix.co.in. So then whenever I create any account, so that account will be created in this domain, in this olix.co.in domain, not in our Azure details. But users are managing from the Azure website. Got it?
Yes.
This is something that we are just adding a custom domain, guys. Don't think more. Maybe we are getting a ticket, or when we are getting that is unverified. Maybe I want to delete this, okay? Because I don't have this domain right now. Maybe we can purchase this also, but no problem. Let me delete it now. I don't want that. Let me go back and let me refresh and see if that is there or not. It's not there. Okay. So what I'm saying is, whenever there is a ticket and asking us to add a custom domain to our Entra ID. 1 second. and whenever they say that they want to add any the custom domain in our Azure portal, in the home tab, we have to open a Microsoft Enter ID. And in the left menu, if you scroll down, you will be having a custom domain names. Here, we have to add a custom domain, and you have to you already know that in the ticket itself, they mentioned the name of the domain is olex.co.in, or maybe something like godaddy.com or godaddy.in. So once you add the domain, you can tell this, hey, I have these MX details and the TXT details from my side, and you can give that details to the end user, to that user. Then user, what he will do, he will open his website. In his website settings, website domain settings, he will add this TXT or MX records. Then he will save it. Once he say that like, hey, I have saved your MXC Azure records in my side, please verify from your side. Once he verify that, then if user is a administrator, so that whenever he wanted to create any user, some of the users also having some administrator rights in the company, so they will create the new users. When we click on new users, it automatically showing the olex.co.in as a primary account. When you scroll down, you will see persistent also. But you have the options, right? Whether you want to select the persistent or whether you wanted to go with olex.co.in. That is our requirement actually, okay, from the end user. Got it right, guys? Any doubt in this custom domain concept?
No.
How to add a custom domain, how to verify MX record or TX record, okay? Remember,
Yeah.
we are verifying MX and TXT record only, okay? When we are verifying the custom domain. This is something that the topic is related to custom domain. Custom domain verification. So we are good with this concept, and we know how the Azure Active Directory changed from one name to another name, and we know how to create a custom, how to verify a custom domains, and we know how to assign a license and how to provide the assignment roles like PIM roles to the end users like global administrator or Intune administrator. This is completely done. So next thing is, okay, so let me show you one thing, okay? Okay, let me tell you one thing. Suppose if I go back to the previous window, okay, it is not coming. Maybe it's in the, okay. See, suppose here, if in your company, suppose maybe let me take Dhanashri. Dhanashri, you are a IT endpoint engineer or maybe Intune engineer for this company, Persistent 374 company. Okay. So you have to deploy what I would say, we have to deploy a Windows autopilot from our company. Like for every end users, you have to deploy that settings. So whenever you want to go with that, first of all, you need to have a basic prerequisites which we have to complete it. So for that, in the Azure website, once you log into your admin account, so in the same side, once you open the Enter ID settings, if you scroll down now, you have this
Yeah.
option, which is company branding. Okay, you need to set this for your company. Why it is important? See, when we are trying to log into the goto.com or maybe different company account, you will see the logo of the account, right? In the back side. Suppose let me take one of the account, okay? Maybe let me open here. Portal.azure.com. I will open here and I will show you what is company branding. Okay. So I'm trying to open portal.azure.com. I don't think so. This is working here. Let me try opening one more incognito window. No. In private window. Portal.azure.com. I'm opening. Okay. So as soon as I just type my name, so maybe I will take our project. Okay. Our project. Email address. If I'm just typing this, how can I know that this company branding? This is the company branding I'm talking about. You see, right? Let me take an annotation. So this is
Yes.
the logo. How I'm getting? Who designed this? So Azure administrators are doing this. but I'm also teaching this concept also so that it should be good for you. Okay.
Yes.
So, okay, let me remove this. Let me cancel the annotation. Okay, so this is the logo you are understanding. This is the company branding. Where you want to change the settings or where you want to design means you have to log into the Azure website from your company as a administrator account. Once you have this, and you see here default sign-in experience are customized by browser language. So customize the default sign-in experience to personalize the sign-in page for anyone signing into your tenant. I told you, right? Tenant is something that our domain only, which is persistent 374. And then customize in express by browser language to for different group of users. No, I don't want to go for the customize. Customize is something that we are only offering these settings for only few of the users in the company, like group of users. No, this should be happened for every user, right, in the company. Correct? So for this, what I'm going to do, I'm going for getting started. I'm going to the customize of the default sign-in experience only. I clicked on that. So it is asking me to mention the what would be the background you wanted to set. I want to set, maybe let me take persistent logo. Okay. I want to download this. No, I don't want to go with this. This is our company. Can you guys suggest me any one of the, maybe let me mention OLX logo. Okay. OLX logo is coming instead of this. Maybe let me go with Intune only, guys. Okay. Let me take the Intune only.
Yeah.
I have the some example images, but you see the image size should be maximum file size is 5 KB only. Let me try. I have the images in the here. Let me take it. This one. Well, Microsoft Intune. This is selected. I don't think so. This should not work. Yeah, this is worked. So background image also we can set it. Let me select one more background image, which should be this one also. Same one. Okay. I'm setting that one also.
Okay.
And then background color. Can you tell me which one would be good? Blue color is fine.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can select.
Don't know why it is. I think it's selected automatically. I don't know why. Now it's coming. Okay, let me select blue only. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now I don't want to go for next layout so that I will check what would be the other settings. So it's something like templates, full screen background or partial. No, I don't want to go with full screen background. We'll go, sir, I want this. I don't want to partial. Headers, hide header or like show header. Like let me go with show header. A footer or I'm not sure about these options. And it is asking to CSS file, branding experience. I don't know what is this, but let me see whether we have, no. This is something a CSS file. I'm not sure about this. It's okay. It's okay to go
Yeah,
with
that is regarding designing.
Yeah.
CSS, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
CSS. Okay, okay. Got it. That is a tool or what? Custom CSS to customize the branding experience.
No,
So what actually this one? Can I know that? Upload custom CSS. Means this is a design, right? For your brand.
yeah, like we
Yeah.
can design that and put that code, I think so.
Okay, okay. That should be okay.
Yeah.
This
With
is
the help
not,
of HTML,
yeah.
CSS.
Yeah,
CSS.
yes.
Okay, okay. CSS bootstrap, something like that. Okay, I got it. Styles the layout of the web page. These CSS files may be styling and delimited. Okay, CSS and size of the text. Okay, got it. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not going with this because I'm not sure how we have to deploy this. Maybe let me go to the next line. Header logo also it is asking. Maybe let me take the header logo this time, this one, and then going to the next footer. URL I don't want to go with. Terms and conditions. This should be okay. Let me click on next. There are a lot of things, guys, so I don't want to go with everything. Shelf. So okay, so in the self password reset also it should show the logo. Okay, it's selected already. Next we go for next and click on create. Okay, it's created, right? The brand is created. I mean, the custom company branding is already created, and you will see here
Yes.
in the default sign-in page, it's already there. Let me do one thing. Let me copy my email address, or maybe let me copy any one of the user ID. Maybe I will copy Gayatri ID. Gayatri, now what I'm going to do is, let me take incognito window. Let me log into the portal.azure.com. Let's see if I can get that Intune portal logo when I'm trying to sign into your account. See,
Yeah.
you got it? Background image. Here I'm
Yes.
not
Yeah.
seeing this Microsoft. Maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe the CSS, something like that. But outside you can understand, no? The portal logo is coming like this. Or maybe
Yeah.
we can give it a try
Yeah.
something. Yeah, we can give it a try something. Go to the domain, custom branding, edit. This is the image, right? We given. So let me remove this. Let me remove this. Instead this, we can give some other image. Maybe let me put phone so that this should be good. This file is too large to upload. Okay, I don't want to go with this. I don't know what is this use. YouTube subscription. Okay. But you
Yeah. But
understand the
that should
concept,
be
no?
5 KB. Yeah.
You are right. Maybe let me put Microsoft, any one of the thing. Okay, this is also not taking. So the one which we have is correctly fine. But you guys understand, no? Let me go back. I don't want to change anything. But you guys understand how this was designed, right? The above.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah, that
understand.
should be fine. Yeah, that is only a thing I want to talk. Okay. So when you are especially going for the autopilot, autopilot means in the Intune, okay? So whenever you want to go for autopilot setting in the devices from the Intune console, you have a enrollment, okay? Here, enrollment. And we have to go with Windows, right? We have a automatic enrollment is there here. If you select this automatic enrollment, here it is showing this is only for available for Entra ID premium subscribers. But I'm telling that when you are selecting, when you are enabling this feature, automatic enrollment and autopilot enrollment, definitely you have to first of all configure the company branding, because in a company there are a lot of employees out there. Everybody should be automatically see this option when they are signing into their account. This logo I'm talking about, okay?
Yes.
So that is only a thing we have to follow when we are doing a autopilot experience for the Windows operating system. Okay, then let me go for the 1 second. First steps to no, this should be okay. So this is I'm going to talk about the last step for today. So after that we'll take the class on next Thursday. So till then we'll get a some break. But we have these videos will be available in the YouTube. Please go for it, guys. Okay, as soon as you have that videos published, you can again check that videos whenever you have a free time, so that you guys can understand, okay, how it is.
Yes.
So let me go to this just once. I think this is the one. Now I want to challenge. I want to go for the challenges. Okay, this is Apple device. Where is then? It's in the above. Here. So drawbacks, right? So why I want to tell you that if you are a Intune engineer, like in future also, you want to know this. How many drawbacks are there? Guys, can you hear me? My audio is okay?
Yes.
Because I see some error message. Internet is not good. It's okay, right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, these are the drawbacks we have actually when we are using a Intune console. So please understand this. So this is not a detailed report we is providing. Okay, when compared to configuration manager. So configuration manager is something that SCCM, System Center Configuration Manager tool. Nowadays also still some of the companies are using, and when they have this tool, they can download and they can get the data also. That is something that it's not a cloud tool. It's just like a normal tool, okay, where they are managing the data physically, or maybe they're connecting the network directly to the office. That's why they have that option. But in this console, we don't have a detailed reports, okay? And then we are not managing any supports, and this is not supporting any servers. This is only supporting Windows 10, Windows 11 operating system, okay? And Mac OS, Android OS, and Linux operating system, and iPhone also. And this is not supported servers, Windows servers, okay? And for support,
Okay.
like in order to give a support, so in the console only we have a 250 plus services are there. So I told you, right, in Azure it is providing 250 plus services for every user. So here we see all the services are there, okay? And in the enter ID also, if you click on this, you see the all services are available here. So almost like 250 plus services are there. Okay, these are the services which are providing by Azure. That means Microsoft. Okay, then and yeah, I'm saying that when you use the Azure Arc, we can support the servers also. And older products like Windows 7, 8, and 8.1 is not supported in the Intune because everything is updated already. Like Windows 10 and Windows 11 is suitable to use. Okay, from the Intune side. So operating systems are fine, right?
Yes.
And Windows imaging is
Yes.
not supported. Windows imaging is something that you can't able to upload the image file, means the Windows operating system file. Instead, you can go for the Windows autopilot. Okay. And then we have continuous updates. Suppose if any GU updates like graphical user interface, suppose this is the view we are seeing right now. After some days, maybe after 1 month or maybe after 6 months, like after 1 quarter, you will see some changes here. Some other features will be added from the Microsoft. So the changes will be gradually, they continue with the updates. That's what they mentioned. GU changes to find the location for future moves. Okay. And more hardware details of the devices such as drives, memory, etc. More hardware details means suppose if I go to here, the Intune console, if I click on device, you see I don't have any devices added right now here. But when we have the details of the details, you will see the hardware details like what is the model number, what is the operating system, when was the last time the device has been complained, and when was the last time the password has been reset for that device, and how many applications have been installed in that device through Intune, like any deployment was pending. So everything we will be seeing. That's why we have this more hardware information. Also, you will see the size of the drive. Also, you will see the memory also for the hardware. Okay. All the changes. This is the drawbacks, guys, when we are using a Intune console. Got it?
Yes.
And understanding and configuring, 1 second, guys. Let me check my notes. Okay, sure. I think we are good with these topics. So then we are directly jumping into the Windows concept. Okay. So now you guys know the basics, but let me show you the first steps to configure the Intune. Okay. But I already provide the license and accounts to you. So we don't want to go with the Intune trial license because I already purchased and provided to you. And in our console, if you log into this console also, in the tenant admin, you will see Microsoft is Intune is already set. The MDM authority is already set. Okay. We don't want to worry. Then we have to configure company branding customizations. You guys know, right? How to provide how to add the custom branding in the Microsoft Enter ID. If you
Yes.
scroll down, we have a company branding. We can configure that. Okay, then we have to understand we can create company own terms and conditions also. I will tell you how to do that in the next week class. Okay. Then we have to know like we have enrollment options based on the profile, and we have to create a compliance policy, and we have to understand how the default built-in compliance policies are there. And when we are going to select go pilot option for testing, um, we have to understand what and all required things are there. Yeah, this is what we understand. Then next class we'll be talking about the pending topics, guys. Okay. So now you guys understand, right? What and all topics I have discussed so far.
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Let me recap. Maybe we have 3 minutes. So firstly, we understand the how Intune was established, and why it is important, and we know what is on-prem Active Directory, what is Azure Active Directory, and we know hybrid Active Directory. Okay, like hybrid connection, how that was happened from on-prem to cloud. Then we went with the options, core capabilities and features of the Intune. So where we discussed about like what is Intune, and why it is important, and also we know how the website was changing from one to another. Correct? Okay.
Yes.
Then we have a licenses. We have Intune P1 license, P2 license, and we have a Intune Suite. Intune Suite was the topmost license in the Microsoft side. Then today we completed how to assign a license, and we know like how to with if you don't provide the usage location, we will be getting a errors when we are assigning a license actually. That will happen not now. Maybe when you are dealing with these configurations, definitely you will see that kind of a issue sometime. But please remember, we have to assign a usage location first. Then we can assign the licenses and roles also. Then we know like how Azure Active Directory was converted to Entra ID. And then we know how to add a custom domain, right? TXT and MX records in the Azure tenant.
Yes.
Then we know like how to set a company customized branding. Means we can upload the logos so that whenever user is trying to sign into their account by using any Azure resources, they can see the logo of the branding, customized company branding. Okay. Then we know how we have a drawbacks also. Just now I discussed. These are the drawbacks. We don't have a detailed reports in the Intune, and we don't have a server support, and we are not supporting the older version operating systems. And every quarter once the new changes have been implemented in the Intune console, and we can see a lot of hardware details once the devices has been added. Okay, devices are added. Okay. Thank you, guys. I think we have only 1 minute left, so we are good with this topic also. Let me stop the recording.